Every 3 seconds, an older adult in the US falls, many of them never fully recover. The hidden culprit. Sarcopenia, the silent loss of muscle that steals strength, balance, and independence as we age. But across the ocean, in the quiet countryside of Japan, 80-year-olds are still tending their gardens, riding bicycles, and even climbing stairs with ease. What makes the difference? You might think it's genetics, or maybe green tea. But in today's video, you'll discover something surprising. A traditional Japanese seed barely the size of a marble has been shown to contain up to 50 times more absorbable collagen than bone broth. And it's been quietly protecting elders in Japan from frailty and weakness for generations. Could this be the missing piece in your journey to stronger aging? Before we begin, I'd love to know, where are you watching this from, and what time is it for you right now? Please let me know in the comments below. I truly look forward to reading them. And don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss what's coming next. Understanding the silent enemy, sarcopenia. What if I told you that losing muscle after age 60 is not just normal but expected? That doesn't make it harmless. Sarcopenia, or age-related muscle loss, begins as early as our 40s. By the time we reach our 70s, many of us may have lost up to 30% of our muscle mass. But it doesn't show up all at once. It creeps in slowly when you notice your legs feel heavier, the stairs get harder, or it takes longer to get out of a chair. And then one day, you fall. Most people think falling is just bad luck, but the truth is, it's a sign. A sign that your muscles, the very ones that held you up all your life, are no longer strong enough to support you. This is what makes sarcopenia so dangerous. It's invisible until it becomes irreversible. In Japan, doctors call it the silent thief of independence. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't show up on a test. But it quietly takes away your ability to live on your own, walk without help, or enjoy the simple pleasures like cooking, gardening, or playing with your grandkids. What causes it? One key factor is a sharp decline in collagen, the protein that holds muscle tissue together. After age 60, our bodies produce significantly less collagen, making it harder to maintain strength, flexibility, and even good sleep. Yes, collagen affects more than skin. It's crucial for muscles, bones, and even your nervous system. In your 20s, collagen is abundant, but by the time you reach your 70s, your natural collagen production can drop by more than half. The result: muscles that shrink, bones that weaken, joints that ache. And here's something most people don't realize: protein shakes and exercise alone can't fix it. Because unless your body has the right type of protein, specifically collagen peptides, and knows how to absorb it, much of what you eat goes to waste. This is why people in Japan take a different approach. They don't wait for weakness to set in. They don't treat aging like a disease. Instead, they prepare for it. They build daily rituals through food, movement, and mindset that gently support their bodies before problems appear. And at the heart of their diet is a very simple yet powerful ingredient, a fermented seed that not only nourishes the body, but also helps restore lost collagen naturally. We'll get to that in just a moment. But first, let's look at why bone broth, the go-to source of collagen in the West, might not be enough. Why bone broth isn't enough. Bone broth has become a wellness darling in recent years. Warm, comforting, and rich in tradition, it feels like a natural choice for aging joints and tired muscles. But here's the truth. Many don't realize when it comes to rebuilding collagen, bone broth often falls short. Yes, it contains collagen, but not in the way your body needs it most. You see, collagen is a large, complex protein. To truly benefit from it, your body needs to break it down into smaller chains called peptides that are easily absorbed into your bloodstream and delivered to your muscles, bones, and skin. The problem: Most bone broth doesn't go through this process, unless it's specially hydrolyzed or simmered under very specific conditions. Much of the collagen in your broth passes through your digestive system without being fully used. That's why many people drink cup after cup and still struggle with aching joints, sagging skin, or weakening legs. Now compare that to how the Japanese approach it. In Japan, collagen isn't just something you sip from a trendy mug. It's built into the culture of food, fermented, simplified, and made bioavailable through centuries-old practices. Instead of relying on long-simmered bones, they turn to foods that naturally unlock collagen peptides. These are easier for the body to absorb and use, especially in older adults whose digestion and protein metabolism have slowed down. And here's where things get interesting. There is one specific food, almost unknown outside Japan, that delivers collagen in a form your body can actually use. It's not a supplement. It's not a powder. It's a humble, sticky, slightly smelly fermented seed that's been part of Japanese breakfasts for generations. It has up to 50 times more bioavailable collagen peptides than typical bone broth. And unlike many trendy health foods, this one has stood the test of time, not just because of its nutrients, but because of the lives it's helped sustain. Could this be the secret behind Japan's extraordinary longevity and strength in old age? We're about to reveal what this seed is and why it's quietly transforming the way aging is experienced in Japan. The seed with 50x more collagen than bone broth. In the chilled section of most Japanese grocery stores, tucked beside packs of tofu and miso, sits a small, humble container. Inside, a sticky, stringy, fermented food that many Westerners might turn away from at first glance. But for the Japanese, it's a morning staple, a quiet powerhouse, and one of the best-kept secrets to aging with strength. This food is called natto, a traditional dish made from fermented soybeans. But these aren't just any soybeans. They're young green soybeans, edamame, carefully fermented with a unique bacterium known as Bacillus subtilis. This fermentation process transforms ordinary protein into something extraordinary, a dense source of bioavailable collagen, peptides, enzymes, and key vitamins that protect muscles, bones, and even heart health. What makes natto so powerful? The fermentation process breaks down complex proteins in the soybeans into smaller, more absorbable units, amino acids and peptides. Among these are collagen peptides, which your body can immediately use to rebuild and support muscle tissue. In fact, studies have shown that the peptides in natto can be absorbed up to 50 times more efficiently than those found in standard bone broth. But natto offers more than just collagen. It's also rich in vitamin K2, which helps shuttle calcium into your bones and away from your arteries, protecting both your skeleton and your heart. And it contains nattokinase, a natural enzyme that supports blood flow and reduces the risk of clots. This is one reason why Japan has some of the lowest rates of osteoporosis and cardiovascular disease in the world, especially among the elderly. And while natto might be new to many Americans, it has been a quiet hero in Japan for over 1,000 years. In many traditional households, it's eaten with hot rice, a dash of soy sauce, a pinch of mustard, and chopped green onions. Some even roll it into seaweed or serve it with raw egg yolk, a protein-rich breakfast that fuels the day ahead. But beyond the nutrients, natto represents something deeper, a philosophy of nourishment. In Japan, food is not just fuel, it's a form of daily healing. Eating natto isn't about chasing trends. It's about honoring the body, supporting it gently, and trusting in the quiet power of nature. For those who are willing to embrace it, natto is not just a food, it's a teacher. It teaches patience with its unusual texture that demands slow stirring and mindful eating. It teaches consistency as its benefits grow quietly over time, not in dramatic overnight changes. And it teaches appreciation for the ancient traditions that have preserved this dish generation after generation. What's even more remarkable is how natto fits naturally into Japan's health-focused lifestyle. It doesn't come in a capsule. It doesn't need marketing. It's found in family breakfasts, in school lunches, even in hospital meals for recovery. It's not considered exotic, it's just part of life. Modern research continues to catch up with what Japanese elders have known for centuries. Natto's unique mix of collagen peptides K2 and nattokinase doesn't just help with sarcopenia and bone loss, it may also support better metabolic function, reduce inflammation, and improve immune health. Some studies even suggest its enzyme content may have mild antiviral properties. In a world full of quick fixes and superfood fads, natto stands out by doing the opposite, being humble, ancient, and quietly effective. And maybe that's exactly the kind of nourishment we need more of, especially as we age. Something small, something steady, something real. The story of an 88-year-old woman in Akita and her morning ritual with natto high in the northern mountains of Akita Prefecture, where snow blankets the rooftops for nearly half the year, lives an 88-year-old woman named Haruko. Her home is modest, warmed by a small wood stove, and surrounded by a garden that still grows green onions, daikon, and spinach even in the early spring frost. Haruko lives alone. Her husband passed away years ago. Her children moved to Tokyo. But each morning, like clockwork, she rises at dawn, draws back the shoji screens, and begins a ritual she has followed for over 60 years. First, she boils water for tea. Then she lights the stove and prepares a small bowl of rice. And finally, from the cold corner of her refrigerator, she takes out a tiny styrofoam box, her daily natto. She mixes it slowly, clockwise, then counterclockwise, until the threads grow long and glossy. A dash of soy sauce, a spoon of karashi mustard, a sprinkle of scallions from her garden. She eats in silence with care. "When I can still chew natto," she once said with a smile, "I know I am still alive." Haruko walks to the local market twice a week. She climbs stairs without pain. In the evenings, she kneels on her tatami mat to write letters to her grandchildren. She doesn't take protein supplements. She doesn't go to the gym. But she has never stopped moving, never stopped nourishing her body in the way she was taught. When asked what her secret was, she answered simply, "I eat natto every morning, and I never hurry." In a world obsessed with shortcuts, instant powders, high-protein bars, bottled pills, Haruko's story reminds us that strength can come from the smallest, quietest habits. That healing can be found not in a breakthrough drug, but in a simple sticky bowl passed down through generations. It's not just about natto. It's about the way she honors her mornings. The way she cares for her food, and in turn, how it cares for her. There are many Harukos in Japan, people in their 80s and 90s still living vibrant, independent lives. And while each story is unique, there are threads that bind them daily: movement, mindful meals, and the quiet wisdom of foods like natto. Maybe it's time we remembered what they've always known. 5. Powerful benefits of natto for older adults. When you first look at natto, it's hard to imagine that something so small and so sticky could hold so much power. But hidden in those threads is a quiet force that supports the very things we begin to lose with age: strength, stability, energy, and peace. Let's explore how natto gently helps the aging body stay strong, mobile, and vibrant. 1. It preserves your muscle and prevents age-related loss. The biggest enemy of aging is not just wrinkles or gray hair, it's the slow, silent loss of muscle. With each decade after 60, we lose muscle unless we actively nourish and move it. natto helps by providing easily absorbable protein and collagen peptides. Unlike other sources, this fermented protein is broken down into smaller chains your body can actually use. It's like giving your muscles a soft daily reminder. Stay here. Stay strong. 2. It strengthens your bones from the inside out. One of the most unique nutrients in natto is vitamin K2, something that's rare in Western diets. K2 acts like a traffic director. It tells calcium to go into your bones, not your arteries. This helps improve bone density and reduces the risk of fractures, especially in the hips and spine. In fact, studies in Japan show that elderly people who eat natto regularly have significantly lower rates of osteoporosis. It's not just about preventing a fall, it's about building a body that resists breaking. 3. It supports a healthy heart and better circulation. Inside natto is an enzyme called nattokinase, a natural blood thinner that helps prevent dangerous clots and keeps blood flowing smoothly. Unlike synthetic medications, nattokinase works gently and may support healthy blood pressure and vascular function. That's why in Japan, natto is not just seen as a food, it's part of daily prevention for strokes and heart disease. 4. It heals your gut and improves digestion. Fermented foods like natto are a gift to your gut. The beneficial bacteria and enzymes help break down food more efficiently, easing digestion, a common struggle as we age. For many older adults, constipation, bloating, or loss of appetite become daily issues. But with regular intake of natto, the gut becomes more balanced, leading to better nutrient absorption and a calmer, more comfortable belly. 5. It helps your brain and sleep by nourishing your nervous system. A surprising benefit of natto is its effect on the nervous system. The peptides and amino acids from fermented soy help produce serotonin, the feel-good chemical that supports mood, memory, and restful sleep. Many older adults report better sleep quality, fewer nighttime awakenings, and even improved mental clarity when natto becomes a regular part of their diet. Together, these 5 benefits form a quiet shield protecting you not just from disease, but from the slow fading of vitality that so many assume is just part of getting old. In Japan, no one sees natto as a miracle. It's simply food that respects the body's needs, especially in its later seasons. And perhaps that's the point. Maybe healing doesn't always come from something new. Maybe it comes from something ancient, something that connects you back to rhythm, routine, and the deep wisdom of your own body. How to start eating natto, a simple guide for beginners in the US. If you've never tried natto before, the first experience can feel surprising. It's sticky. It smells a little earthy, and it has a texture unlike anything you've probably tasted. But don't let that stop you. Like many deeply nourishing foods, natto takes a little getting used to, but once you do, it can become a quiet comfort in your daily life. So how do you start, especially if you live in the US? Let's begin with where to find it. Most Asian supermarkets, especially Japanese or Korean stores, carry frozen packs of natto in the refrigerated section. You'll usually find them in small 3-packs tucked near the tofu or pickled vegetables. The packaging may be written in Japanese, but look for words like organic, non-GMO, or small beans for a milder taste. Once home, keep it frozen until ready to eat. Then, defrost 1 pack in the fridge overnight or leave it at room temperature for about 30 minutes before breakfast. How to prepare natto the traditional way. 1. Open the pack carefully. There's usually a small sauce and mustard packet inside. 2. Stir the natto thoroughly. This is important. Stirring at least 50 times creates more of the beneficial sticky threads and activates enzymes that help digestion. 3. Mix in the included sauce and mustard. You can also add chopped green onions, a splash of soy sauce, a pinch of sesame seeds, even a raw egg yolk if you're comfortable with it. How to eat it? The most traditional way is to pour it over a small bowl of warm rice, but don't stop there. Many Japanese elders enjoy natto wrapped in roasted seaweed sheets mixed into miso soup. On top of avocado toast, a delicious East meets West twist, or even blended with kimchi for a tangy probiotic-packed side. Start small. If the smell or texture feels intense at first, begin with just a teaspoon. Try it cold. Try it warm. Find your version. Most people grow to enjoy natto not because it tastes amazing, but because of how it makes them feel. Lighter, stronger, more stable. Tips to make it easier. Eat it with something familiar like rice or eggs. Use flavored soy sauce or Japanese ponzu to cut the aroma. Pair it with green tea or miso soup to warm the stomach and balance flavors. Consistency matters more than quantity. You don't need to eat a full pack every day. Even 2 to 3 spoonfuls a day a few times per week can begin to make a difference. In Japanese longevity studies, those who ate natto regularly had better muscle retention and bone health not because of large portions, but because of long-term habits. Remember, this isn't a quick fix. It's a quiet shift, a daily ritual, one that honors your body's need to be supported, not rushed. And just like the Japanese elders who still tend their gardens at 85, you too can create a rhythm that helps you feel strong again. It starts with a spoon. What to watch out for. Cautions and adjustments. While natto is deeply nourishing and has supported generations of healthy aging in Japan, it's important to remember that not every food is right for every body. Just like any powerful natural remedy, natto deserves respect and a little mindfulness. If you're taking blood-thinning medication, natto contains an enzyme called nattokinase, which naturally supports healthy blood flow. While that's beneficial for many people, those taking prescription anticoagulants like warfarin should consult their doctor first. Natto also contains vitamin K2, which plays a role in blood clotting and may interact with certain medications. The good news. Some doctors in Japan actually recommend natto to support vascular health, but it should always be a shared decision between you and your healthcare provider. Start small, especially if you have a sensitive gut. Fermented foods like natto can introduce new probiotics and enzymes into your system. That's often a good thing, but if your gut isn't used to it, it may need a little time to adjust. Begin with a teaspoon once or twice a week and observe how you feel. The flavor and smell may feel strong at first, and that's okay. Natto's sticky texture and earthy aroma can be a surprise. You might not love it immediately, but give it a few tries. In Japan, even some children grow up learning to mix it with mustard and rice to hide the smell and enjoy the benefits. Taste can change. What feels unfamiliar today might become a favorite tomorrow. It's not a miracle, but it is a helper. Natto won't reverse aging overnight. It won't solve every ache or make you 20 again. But when used regularly, gently, consistently, it can be part of a powerful foundation for aging with dignity and strength. And finally, listen to your body. Just because something is healthy in general doesn't mean it's healthy for you right now. If you feel discomfort, pause. If it brings energy, clarity, or comfort, then continue. The goal isn't perfection, it's awareness. Aging well isn't about rules, it's about rhythm. Let natto become part of your rhythm, not as a rule, but as a quiet invitation. Natto is more than a food, it's a reminder that even in the later chapters of life, small things still matter. A quiet breakfast, a simple bowl, a moment of care. In Japan, aging is not feared, it's honored. Elders are not expected to keep up with youth. They are invited to slow down, to soften, to return to the rhythms that heal rather than rush. And at the center of those rhythms is nourishment, real, whole, living nourishment, not from a pill, not from a factory, but from tradition, from nature, from seeds that were planted, fermented, and passed down across time. Whether you decide to try natto or not, may this video be a gentle reminder. Aging is not the end of strength. It is the deepening of it. And the body, yes, even your body still wants to heal if we simply learn to listen. Thank you for spending this time with me. If you found this helpful, please consider subscribing. I'd also love to hear in the comments what foods bring you comfort, what rituals help you feel strong. Disclaimer: the health-related information on this channel is not medical advice and may not apply to everyone. Please consult your doctor or hospital for personal recommendations. If you think you are experiencing a health emergency, call your doctor or local emergency number immediately.